Welcome back to this Puzzle Matt with Puzzle World.
Oh, this is Puzzle Matt here, and I have here my friend Wyatt here to tell you about his game collection. Would you like to tell us about what you got here, Mr. Wyatt?
Sure thing, Puzzle Net. This first one we have over here is there's a Sega Genesis Classic. It's not the actual console, but it's a version of it that has games already preloaded on it and has wireless controllers. You can put in the original game cartridges right here, and also plug in the original controllers right here. There's an Atari Flashback 3. It has a bunch of classic Atari 2600 games already preloaded on it. Here are the controllers. This is probably the oldest console I have. It's the Radio Shack TV scoreboard. Yeah, it's a really old video game console, and you can play like games like Pong, and tennis, hockey, target, and squash. Then you take these out as controllers. Moving on. Here, this is a Nintendo GameCube. It was Nintendo's fourth home console, with the exception of the Color TV game, which was only released in Japan. It was released in 2001, and it has games like Super Mario Sunshine, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. This is a Nintendo 64. It was Nintendo's third home console, and it was released in 1996. Right now, I was showing Matthew The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, which is often considered one of the best games ever made. This is the PlayStation 3. It was Sony's third console in their PlayStation line. It was released in 2008, I believe. And this is the PlayStation 4. This is actually the PlayStation 4 Pro, and it was released in 2017, while the original PlayStation 4 was released in 2014. The Pro version is more powerful. This is the Nintendo Wii U. It was Nintendo's sixth home console. It was released in 2012, and as you can see, there's a gamepad, and you can either play games on the gamepad or on the TV. While this might look portable, or you can bring it around in your room, you can't actually bring it around with you anywhere. It has to be connected to the console. This is Nintendo's seventh home console, the Nintendo Switch. It's actually a hybrid console. It could either be, you can either put these on a controller thing or use them like this and play games on the TV, or it can be a portable console. Unlike the Wii U, this actually is portable. This was released in 2017.
Alright, so what are these things?
This is the Atari 2600. It is probably one of the most well-known old video game consoles. It was released in sometime in the late 1970s. I have 6 games for it. Frogger, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, E.T., Space Invaders, and Asteroids.
Which is your favorite one?
Probably Space Invaders.
Oh, okay. Tell us about this system right here.
This is the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, or just Nintendo. This was released in 1985, I believe. It was originally released in Japan as the Famicom in 1983. So this is Nintendo's first mainline home console, aside from the Color TV game, but that was only released in Japan. This is where a lot of Nintendo series like Zelda and Metroid started. Mario, while he didn't start here, he's technically started in arcades with Donkey Kong. Super Mario Bros. 1 did first appear on here. This is the NES Zapper, and use it for games like Duck Hunt. And these are the controllers. This is my handheld collection. So here's the Game Boy Pocket. This is a version of the Game Boy released in 1996, and it's a smaller version of the regular Game Boy. This is the Game Boy Advance SP. It's a version of the Game Boy Advance, which is the third, variation of the Game Boy. It was released in 2002. And it opens up. And this is in its new Nintendo 3DS XL. It's a version of the Nintendo 3DS. It's a bigger version of the new Nintendo 3DS, which is an upgraded version of the Nintendo 3DS. It was released in 2015, I believe. And this is not a handheld console, but it's more like the Sega Genesis Classic and Atari Flashback. It's the Super Nintendo Classic. It's really easy to plug into your TV, and it has games already loaded into it. Fun fact, the Super Nintendo is the only Nintendo console, the only home Nintendo console I do not own. I have a Wii, but it's not hooked up. And this is my PC. This one, you can play computer games. You can do anything a computer can do, and that includes a system called Steam, like a service called Steam, where you can download games. You can also get emulators to play a bunch of older games. And by using cords like this, you can hook up gaming controllers. This is an Xbox One controller.
Wyatt, when did you start this collection?
It was either in 2007 or 2008. The first console I had was the Leapster, and then eventually my first really big one that I had was the Nintendo DS. It was a Nintendo DS Lite. Fortunately, the top screen broke, and then I got a Nintendo DSi, which had upgraded features like a camera and sound, like a sound recorder. Eventually, that one couldn't read games anymore. I got a 3DS. I wanted a better 3DS though, and I got a new 3DS. And that is what I currently still have.
If the house is on fire and you can only grab one game and one game system, what would it be?
I think I might get my Nintendo Switch and Skyrim, because there's a lot of stuff to do in Skyrim, and it's a huge game. There's so many game systems and games that I like that it's very hard to choose, but I think, considering how much there is to do with in Skyrim, and the fact that my Switch is portable, that might be what I go for.
You have all this knowledge with the gaming systems and stuff. Are you going to use it when you get out into the job market?
Yes, I will. I plan on learning Japanese and going to Japan to work for Nintendo to create video games.
Okay. Besides all these games, what else have you gotten out of it?
Well, had it not been for the games, I probably would have not met you and some of my other friends, like Robert and Patrick, because I met you guys at Game Club. So I think another thing about these games that's really good is that it helped me make some more friends.
Thank you, Wyatt, for showing us your awesome game collection. I have some game systems I want now. This has been Puzzle Matt with Puzzle World, and I hope you enjoy this video and hope you tune into the series next time to see our interview next. Bye.